Hello, Steve Mills here with another podcast, and it's great to be back again, sharing some ideas and thoughts. Firstly today, apologise for my very gravelly voice. I sound really husky and He-Man, but the truth is I've got a really bad cold, and I thought I'd still deliver my podcast because it's actually a couple of days since I've done so. I've been really busy moving office, moving home, being ill, and so on and so forth. So I thought it was about time I did it. So today's podcast is all about your mindset. And mindset is a real key, I think, to success, whether that's success in sport, in life, in relationships, in health and in fitness, or indeed in business. Your mindset, what you really believe to be, is the truth. If you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're almost certainly right. In sport, if you believe you're going to miss that penalty or serve in the net, or you're not good enough to beat somebody, then almost, again, it's absolutely certain that you'll manifest the results that you're thinking about. So if you're someone who's spending most of their time all day worrying about the VAT and trying to survive, and that's what you're focusing on, then, sure as eggs are eggs, that's the result that you're going to get. So you've got to change your mindset. Now you may think, well, that's easy for me to say, but, how do you do that? Well, it's all about focus. All about asking yourself a better quality of question, rather than just going along and letting your thoughts, letting your mind control you, and letting your mind control your actions and therefore your results. You've got to take control of your mind, and you do that through questions, through asking better quality questions. So if the question I ask every morning is, why do I have to go to work? And, I wonder what complaints I'm going to get today. And, there's no point making those phone calls because people probably won't want to hear from me, and so on and so forth, then guess what result that's going to get? So let's ask some better quality questions. Let's have some better quality statements, and let's condition our mind for success. I know that's a bit of a cliche, you got to condition your mind for success. But, the truth of the matter is, if you don't do this, then you're probably never going to be successful, or certainly not successful to the level you can. Now, one of the such things that I hear small businesses in particular talking about is the area called marketing, and I cannot tell you some of the stories that I just, on one hand it infuriates me, and on the other it disappoints me. And I suppose the third side of it would be, I just feel sorry for the people who are, really operating at this level. And that is where people say, very proudly, they tell me things like, well, we don't spend anything on marketing. We win all our business from word of mouth. And my belief is, or their belief really is that's all they need to do. When I say to them, well, how's that working out so far? They say, well, we're doing okay, everything's fine. And I say, is fine good enough? Because my belief about that is that's a great opportunity. Because if I work with a business who's not actually doing any marketing, anything that I do is going to make a massive difference to the size of that business. It's going to help them to massively grow, to massively create more leads and sales, which is what I've been doing for 25 years now. I also hear other businesses say, well, we've tried all these different marketing things and nothing seems to work. Now, that's another really interesting one. What's actually happened when I dig down deep into what they've actually done is that they've tried something once or twice, found it that it doesn't work, so never done it again. That's a little bit like getting on a bike, trying to ride down the street, falling off, getting up, trying it again, and then falling off again. And so they tell me, well, I tried email marketing. I sent out 2 emails and didn't win any business. I could have told them to save their money and their time and effort. That's never going to work, ever. I had one wonderful client many years ago. He said, well, I said to him initially, what are you actually doing in your marketing? He said, well, all I've done so far is sent out some letters, but that was a waste of time. I said, oh, really? Tell me, how many letters did you send out? And he said, well, 10. I said, okay, to how many people? And he went, well, 10. I said, you mean to tell me that you sent out only 10 letters and you sent those letters out once to 10 people and now direct mail doesn't work? He went, well, yes. And, it's clear. Excuse me. It's clearly not enough, is it? We've got to do more than that. If you're going to be successful at anything, you got to stick at it. Whether that's marketing, whether that's table tennis or football, you're not going to get really good at something by doing it twice or by doing it 20 times, to be honest. You've got to... I always love Tony Robbins' statement about success. If you're going to be successful, A, you've got to know what you want. That's really, really important. B, you've got to take action, because a lot of people know what they want, but they don't ever do anything. C, you've got to have what Tony calls sensory acuity. In other words, you've got to notice whether the actions that you're taking are driving you closer to your goal or further away or not having any impact at all. 4, you've got to change your approach if what you're doing is not working. Einstein once said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different result. So you've got to do something different if you want to get different or better results. And number 5, Robbins says, is that you've got to model success. In other words, you've got to find somebody who's got what you want or can do what you want and do the same things, get the same results. So if you want to be good at marketing, you've got to find somebody who's good at marketing and learn from them. If you want to be good at sales, you've got to find somebody who's good at sales and become good like them, do what they do. If you want to be good at tennis, you're not going to go and find somebody who's rubbish at tennis and practice with them and hammer them into the ground. You're going to find somebody who's better than you. If I want to be really good at tennis, I want to go and find, I want to go and hit with Roger Federer maybe, although perhaps maybe that's a little bit over the top. But you understand my meaning here. It's about raising your game. It's about doing better than you've done before. And if you want to be effective in your life and in your business, in your sales and marketing, then, ultimately you've got to raise your game. You've got to improve your mindset. You've got to get out of this crazy idea that A, marketing doesn't work, B, that you can't afford it, C, that you don't have time, and D, that I don't know what D is, to be honest, but you whatever D is for you, you got to get out of it. And you've got to take action. If you want to grow your business, you've got to get more sales. That's the ultimate aim. You got to sell more. If you've got problems in your business, you've got HR problems, you've got operational problems, you've got finance problems, all that can be solved by creating more sales. So you've got to become better at creating and converting leads into sales. That's ultimately what it's about. And I got to tell you, I've spent over 25 years working with thousands of businesses in hundreds of industries, helping them to do just that. And I'd like to work with you. I don't know who you are. I don't know who's going to be listening to this, but I'd like to work with anybody who's I suppose, passionate enough to still be listening. That's the truth. So in other words, they recognise and understand what I'm talking about. They probably see themselves as, I'm making these mistakes. And, they're willing to take action. So if that's you, get in touch. Let's have an initial meeting. Let's have a conversation. I call it a strategy review meeting. And we can do that either in my office here in Portsmouth. We can do it over the telephone. We can do it over Zoom.com. So we have like a web meeting. It normally takes about half an hour to 45 minutes. There's no charge for it. There's no obligation to buy anything from me at all. The process is very simple. I'll spend most of the time asking you questions about your business. What's working, what's not, why is it not working, what can you do to improve, what have you tried, what are you going to try in the future, etc., etc. Then, at the end of that process, based on the answers that you've got and how we feel whether we could work together or not, I will provide you with an idea about how I could work with you and I could help you to go forward. And therefore, you'll be able to be in a profession. You'll be able to make a professional decision based on whether you think I can help you or not. There'll be no hard sell. All you need to do is to sign up. So to sign up for this meeting, what I want you to do is to go to www.stevemills, that's MILLS.co. That's not .com, it's just .co. So that's www.stevemills.co. When you get there, you'll see a page called Book Free Meeting. You're simply going to go to there, and that's going to give you access to my diary, and you can book a free meeting. Failing that, get my telephone number, give us a call, and we can book a meeting in the old-fashioned way over the phone. So thanks ever so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. Apologies for the slightly croaky voice, but I managed to get through with only one cough, which I thought was a bit of a result. So thanks ever so much, and look forward to speaking soon. Bye.